What's up everyone, Wizard Ken here with another Xbox 360 World of Tanks video. Today we are continuing down our IS-4 line and we're going to be looking at the Tier 7 KV-3. Now we're going to be comparing this tank with the other Russian heavy line, the IS-7 line. So it's equal or counterpart is the IS, and we're going to be talking about those tanks really quickly. Now I've had this tank since I think Monday or Sunday of last week or whatever, and I've been playing with this tank quite a bit and enjoying this tank a lot. I don't want to do you guys know, or if you were on the subscriber party or you watched the video, I do have the KV-3, I do have the KV-4, and the I'm gonna be getting the what is it, the ST-I or whatever, or SIT, or I can't remember what it is. Anyways, but I'm gonna be getting that pretty soon too. And you're probably wondering why it's taken me so long to get some of these reviews out. I just want to make sure I really look at these tanks the proper way and not just throw something half-ass out. Remember, this is my own thoughts on the tanks. It's not, you know, Wargaming approved. You know, there's like a little stamp on the side saying, oh, Wargaming approved. No, it's not. So, but I hope you guys are also enjoying the new Astrology and Wizard Ken show. We'll talk about that a little bit at the end of the video, and also about the subscriber party that we're going to be doing for the 3,000 and 2,000K subscribers. So if you want to listen to that, stuff like that, just fast forward to the end of the video. I don't know where it's going to be at exactly at the end of the video, but yeah, it'll be there. Anyways, so let's talk about these. Let's start comparing these two tanks, the IS and the KV-3. So the hit points on the IS is 1,130. The hit points on the KV-3 is 1,400. So you could see, you know, when these tanks were coming out, they were saying that these were like the heavy, you know, the beast, the metal, I can't remember what else they call them. But anyways, they're pretty much calling these guys like, you thought the IS-7 line was bad, you know, wait until you see the IS-4 line come out and have more hit points and this and that, and could take some damage too. And we're starting to see that more and more with the T150 versus the KV-1S. I mean, we saw the stats on there, and you can see there's a little bit of a difference. The KV-1S, we still felt, you know, kind of won that battle. But you can see right now the KV-3 right now is got an extra like 300 or 270 extra hit points on it, so that's pretty good. We're already starting to see that increase in hit points, which is really nice to have. Now looking back at the IS has a speed of 34 kilometers an hour, and the KV-3 has a speed of 32 kilometers an hour. Now the IS technically wins on this because it does go like 2 kilometers per hour faster, but really it's not that big of a deal. It's really not a huge advantage. Oh boy, KV-3, I can kick your ass because I go 2 more than you. Maybe you can get down the, you know, up the hill a little bit quicker, but it's not a big deal, to be honest with you. Alrighty, so the hull on the IS-7 is 120, 90 on the sides, and 90 on the rear. That's 120 in the front, sorry for not specifying that. The KV-3 is the same thing. The hull in the front is 120, 90 on the sides, 90 on the rear. Now, getting to the turrets, this is where things get different. The turret on the IS is 100 thickness of armor in the front, 90 on the side, and 90 on the rear. Now the turret on the KV-3, this is the armor just on the turret, guys. 130 on the front, 115 on the sides, and 115 on the rear. I am not lying to you, I had to ask Rush Dodge to look at this too, and he looked at the same thing. He was like, holy crap, that thing has some armor on its turret. Now you guys are saying, well, a lot of the tiers, you know, since it can see up to tier 9 can pen it. Yes, we know this, we know that, but the thing is you're in a tier 7. You can see tier 7s, you can see tier 6 with this, and they are going to bow to you. It's funny as hell. I've done it. I was always wondering, like, you know, the shape of this tank is pretty nice. The turret is pretty round. There's not really good spots to hit it on the turret, in the sense there are some viewports and stuff like that that we'll talk about a little bit later, but to be honest with you, it's pretty nice and rounded, and it's nasty. That is really thick, and it's really nice to have that. So just so you guys know, don't shoot this thing in the turret. unless you know you're definitely going to pen it, which I have bounced these tanks before trying to shoot at them, and I've always wondered why, and there you go. That's the reason why. You know, it's very circular turret, but also it's got a pretty thick head, so yeah. So anyways, the whole, you know, they were both equal on, but on the turret, the KV-3 pulls away pretty big too. That's a pretty decent amount of difference. Now, the rate of fire on these two tanks, now before I go into this, I'm letting you guys know right now, just like on the last tank, I am comparing these two tanks with their top packages. So the IS has the big 122 and the KV-3 also has a big 122. So pretty much all the way down through, okay, from the rate of fire, the pen, the damage, the aim, and accuracy, it's the same gun. It's the same gun. So I'll just go over the rate of fire, the pen, damage, aim, you know, stuff like that. Just so you guys know the numbers. The rate of fire is 4.88, the pen is 175, and the damage is 390. The aim time is 3.4, and the accuracy is 0.46. So this is what both of these tanks have. They're the same 122. There's nothing different about them at all. So really, we're going to be looking at the turret, the hull, and speed and hit points. So right now, if we add everything together, the KV-3 is actually beating the IS with having more turret and more HP than the IS, and really the only thing the IS is beating the KV-3 on is the speed, which, like we said, 2 kilometers per hour is not a big difference. This tank is actually giving the IS a run for its money. Now there's other factors we have to worry about too. There's turret rotation speed, there's you know, the rotation of the tracks and stuff like that, and I usually don't add those in the video and stuff. They are important, but that's just, I can't fit every single thing on the page. Alright guys, so we compared all of the you know, the normal stats to them, you know, their hit points, their armor thickness. We've talked about, you know, their guns and stuff like that, and their speeds. We talked about all the stats of these tanks. Now let's look at the KV-3 and its weaknesses. You can see I have the IS sitting next to it, so you guys can compare the armor with each other, like their weak spots and stuff like that, and you guys can figure out what you feel is the better tank in the sense of weak spots. Because the reason why I bring this up is because sometimes they're really like badass tanks, but then you look and they got so many weak spots. Like there's some really crappy weak spots that I hate, like the T-110E4 comes to mind. I love that tank, it's really awesome, but unlike the T-110E3, the T-110E4 has a commander hatch, or a gunner port I believe it is, on top. It's big round bubble and everybody shoots at it. On the, you know, T-110E3, it's not a factor because that's technically not a weak spot for that tank, but the E4, it is a weak spot, and it's the crappiest weak spot ever. I really hate that that's allowed to be there. It's a tier 10, it shouldn't have that weak spot. It should have been just like the T-110E3. Same thing with the T-110E5. That should not be a weak spot for that tank. I really hate that. I mean, if you look at the E100s, the Mouses and stuff like that, there's a very little small little port on the top right of those freaking things. It's like a little small viewport that you could shoot at, and it's like once in the blue moon you can ever hit it, and yet you can't hit them in the freaking, you know, top of their hatch or anything like that. But whatever, that's a whole different discussion. Anyways, so let's look at the front of the KV-3 and see what all these weak spots are. Like I said, we have the IS sitting next to it in a picture too, so that you guys can look and compare on what these tanks are. You're not going to see huge differences between them because they're pretty much like the same hull and stuff like that. The turret's going to be different. That's going to be your main factor on this entire thing. So looking at the front though, you can look at that lower plate and see now, unlike the T150, the lower plate is actually considered to be a bad spot to hit. It is angled a little bit, but usually this one will actually get penned. Also moving up to the upper plate, you can see there's a viewport between like this little gun outlet right there to the right, and also there's the light to the left. So that little outlet right there, that viewport is a nasty spot to hit. I've been hit there a lot because there's my driver. My driver dies a lot. I've had like 15-20 replacements. It's not even funny. To the right there is that little gunner port, and you can see that right there. And that is another nasty spot if you want to take out like one of the gunners and stuff like that. Or I can't remember who exactly sits there. I know he helps out with the driver and stuff like that. But yeah, you can take out some things there. Another damaging spot. Now, you might notice a very small hint of green right at the top. And this is what I'm talking about. Right here at the very top, there is a very, very, very small viewport. It's kind of like the viewport that you see on the E100s, the Waffle, or the Panzer E100s, stuff like that. These are really small viewports that are considered hit spots. And when you might think right now it's too small to hit and blah blah blah. When you're right on top of an E100 or a Panzer E100, these are the spots that you hit at, because they will not let you get away to, you know, shoot their lower plates. They're going to stay there and they're going to keep pounding on you until you die. So these are good spots to look at on other tanks. But yeah, this is a weak spot too. It looks like a little fat thimble sticking out of the top of it. So nothing on the turret in the sense of the front part, like the gun mantle area. I would not really hit there. I've been shot there so many times and ricochet. I've had my gun blown out, I think maybe twice, and that was because of artillery hitting me, or a really big tank destroyer, like a tier 9 tank destroyer, using heat rounds and knocking out my gun. So I would not, you know, really try for this area at all, because it really doesn't affect this tank too much. Alright, so let's move to the side. Alrighty, so looking at the side of this tank, we're going to start at the lower part of the hull. You can see a huge line of red going right at the tracks. I mean, starting pretty much at the beginning of the gun mantle and working its way all the way to the rear. And that, I'm guessing, like I said, red means engine, fuels, blah, blah, blah. If that's the fuel, that's a huge fucking fuel tank, and that is a easy spot to hit. I mean, that is like a sore thumb right there. That oh my gosh, if you can't hit that, then just quit the game. No, but seriously, this is a terrible situation for this tank. This means that this tank can catch on fire very easily. So guys, make sure that you protect your sides as much as possible. Use that frontal armor as much as you can. Don't let these small tanks get around you. You know they're fast, or you know they're quick. Take them out very quickly, so that they don't get beside you and they don't, you know, set you on fire and kill you. I think I've been on fire once, but that was artillery. But yeah, this is a very, very, very weak area. Of course, the big wheel in the back that's holding up the track, and the front one, you could call them sprockets, wheels, whatever. Those are very weak spots too. They'll also track the tank. And you could see in the pictures, right in front of that red part, right in front, there's a little bit of green there. Whoop-de-doo. Shoot the freaking red. Don't even worry about it. Just shoot the red. I mean, seriously, that's the best spot to shoot, man. That's a huge red area. Catch this thing on fire. Pretty badass. Alrighty, so moving up to the turret, you can see there's a little bit of a gap underneath the turret and the hull, but my turret ring usually is still pretty okay. But on the side, this is what I was talking about. There are, you know, the sides are pretty thick. Like I said, 115 is on the sides, which is pretty badass. But you can see there's a little viewport on the side. That is a nasty spot to hit. You can hit there if you can pen it. Just remember, guys, if you got this, you know, shoot something like this in the side, just shoot it in the side. Don't shoot it in the turret. It's just, this thing might bounce it. I mean, it's pretty angled. I'm not going to be shooting at it in the turret. Let's just say that. Anyway, so you can shoot there at that little small viewport that's just above the Russian star. And also to the right, you can see the huge commander's hatch. And anywhere up and down the side of that, you could shoot to, you know, take out the commander. But really, to be honest with you, I would not mess with the turret. So that's it for the side. Let's go to the rear. Alright guys, so not much to talk about here. This is the rear of the tank. You know, just like the T-150, you're going to see that on the ass end. You can pretty much just shoot it anywhere, and you're going to knock out the engine or catch it on fire. You know, this whole back area is pretty much the engine. This is an artillery dream. I mean, if you look at the top of this tank and stuff like that, this thing is like a landing platform for an artillery shell. They're very fun to hit. The KV-4's the same way. I love hitting these things right on the very back end tank when I'm in artillery and blowing them up in one shot. Even with my smaller artilleries, you can knock these things out because you can do critical hits and stuff like that because of where you're hitting. So that's a nice spot. Now, of course, the back of the turret, you're looking at it, and yeah, guys, it's still just as angled as it is on the side of the tanks. 115 armor. That is wicked. But I would not mess with this tank at all. I would not mess with this. Shooting in the back of the turret. Of course, you could shoot near the commander's hatch and try to take him out. But why waste the ammo when you could just shoot it in the rear? So let's move off to the other side. Alright guys, so the last and final side of this tank is just a mirror image of the other side. Most tanks are like this. As you can see, that red area is completely covering everything. The front and the rear wheels on this thing, the big wheels, are nice to take off to track this tank. And then also you can see on the side of the turret, that viewport is also on this side, and the commander's hatch, that's the only difference, is like you don't have the whole side to shoot at. You need to really shoot like in the middle area of the turret just to, excuse me, take out the commander. So, but that's pretty much it. So, alright guys, so we've talked about the armor, we've talked about the stats of this tank, and as you can see, we're just gonna do a real quick swoop around since you guys were looking at the pictures and everything. You know, the angled parts on this tank is, you know, pretty much the turret, because it's very circular angled in that sense. Big gun mantle. I mean, this thing is huge. I can't believe how big this gun mantle is. It's really big and thick. But if you look at the slope of the upper plate and lower plate, there are a decent amount of slope right there. You do have some obstacles in the way that a round can hit and stuff like that, but not terrible at all. It's a really nice angles to them. But the sides, they're completely shit, and the rear, yeah, don't even expect that to help you. But the turrets are good. The rest of it doesn't have anything. There's no even spaced armor or anything like that to really protect you at all, except for the tracks that can absorb some of the damage from arty and stuff like that. So anyways, let's take this bad boy out and see what we can do. Alrighty guys, so we are on El Aloof and standard battle. We are going against tier 7s. Tier 7s and tier 6. This is what I mean. You could be pretty nasty here and yeah. and see tier 6s. So this is where our armor is gonna really shine, hopefully. Nobody else has anything as big as us in the sense of I mean, the T-29 could do some damage, Tiger P, AMX, but we should be okay. We shouldn't have any problems with the rest of these tanks. We should be able to pen a lot of these tanks easily. We should be able to demolish them and ricochet a lot of shots, but we're gonna look at that when we get up here. Hopefully we can run into some bastards up here. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for subscribing, watching the videos. You guys are the best. You guys are awesome. If you guys like the video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out a lot. If you like the Rush Dodge and Witches Ken show, please hit it. Helps us out a lot. I mean, a lot. It really gets our, like, you know, for search for results and stuff like that. It pushes us up there. It'll be more common to find our videos than anybody else's, so it does help a lot. So we do appreciate it. Alright, so here we are on the road again. Going slow as hell, but it's okay. I don't mind it. Now, El Haloof, we've all been on this before, but this used to be all open. Used to be a downhill, and you had to go up a hill. And a lot of people complained about it because the people that were coming up a hill, you know, couldn't do but so much. People going down the hill couldn't do but so much. I mean, it was just, it was a terrible setup. But here we go. Here we go. First encounter. Here we go. All right, let's see what we could do. See what we could do. Ooh, we got some heavies down here. Yeah, eat crap, T-29. Eat that armor. Ooh, you hit me. I hit you too. I'm trying to bounce it. There we go. Good bounce. Good bounce. Good bounce. Yeah, hit my track. Oh, hit your track. Damn it. Guys, I need help. I need help here. Come on. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not this good. I mean, I could take on 2 tanks at once. But if they get some lucky hits in, they're going to take me out. And I'm going to keep making it hard for them. And now these are fully upgraded T-29s too. You can tell by the wings. They're, oh crap, I bounced. I hit wrong. I shouldn't have shot there. Ah, dang it. Gave him my inside. Shouldn't have done that. Alright, T-29 gone. Hey guys, I need help. Guys, I need help. There's a tiger after me now. Gosh, dog it. Guys, come on. Help me out here. Been crying for help. You guys are... Oh my god. Alright guys, we didn't do terrible. 27,000 in silver, 919 in experience points. We did come in third. We did 1,864 damage, 7 shots fired, 6 actually penetrated. Not bad at all. I just didn't have the greatest team on that one. So let's take it out again and see if we could do a little bit better than what we did. Alrighty guys, we're on Kamaran Standard Battle. We have tier 8s, tier 7s, and tier 6s on this. So we do have to kind of watch ourselves a little bit on this. We do have a KV-4 we're going to be going against. T-28 prototype, IS-3, T-32s, I'm not worried about them as much, but they are, or they can be a pain in the ass. So I like going up this middle way. We'll see how we do on it. Yeah, hopefully my team doesn't suck on this. I've actually, I don't know how many of these battles you guys are going to see, but I've done already, this will be my 5th battle, trying to get a decent battle for you guys to watch. The first one wasn't terrible, but the second one, was okay, but once again, didn't have too much help from my team, but I did have a KV-3 I was going against, so it's understandable that I was getting my butt kicked a little bit that way. What was the other thing? The next battle after that, pretty much, I was going against tier 9s. It didn't end so well for me. And then this last battle wasn't a terrible battle, just had terrible team. It was an encounter battle, tier 7s, tier 6s. It was a great little battle I thought was going to happen. It was on highway encounter, and got my ass kicked. Got my ass kicked because nobody wanted to help me out. Everybody ran to the flag, they got flanked, and they got killed. And I lasted all the way till the end. So, I mean, I did pretty freaking well on this. And I knew I'd miss. The M6, there is a VK. So, alright, some guys that I can actually go against. This is sweet. This is actually pretty nice. If they do come around me, though, I will get screwed over. And I bounced. So, yeah, keep bouncing me, buddy. Take out my gun. And I need help. Like, seriously. My team is shit. I'm trying to shoot the inside of that tank, and I'm not doing the greatest. There we go. Take out my tracks. You know what? We need that extra aim in there. There we go. Just trying to hit that inside area. But, yeah, if you guys can see, there's like a little inside area you can shoot at. It's really nice to hit. Of course, he likes shooting my gun mantle. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't get damaged, I just get my gun taken out. This is it. I'm loving my tracking bullshit. You know what? Fuck it. You're dead. I'm done dealing with multiple people shooting at me, taking out my tracks. Oh, god damn it! Stop taking out my tracks. Seriously, guys, you have no artillery. Your artillery's not gonna help you. Like, there's nothing artillery can do to help you right now. A little high on that one. There we go. Got him like that. Churchill might be trying to come around me. That's fine. We're going to keep pushing this way. God, my team... The only person that helped me was that one guy that shot from the far corner that helped shoot somebody up. And there is a freaking Churchill trying to come around me. And that's going to be funny, because the last person who tried doing that died. It was a little light tank, which is funny. So, Alright, time to turn around. See if I can get my butt over here and see if I can shoot at this freaking Churchill. See if we can give him a little pop, pop, pop. Make him feel happy. There we go. Now my driver's killed. I'm not going to repair him until I'm, like, done killing this guy. Everybody's dead. All my weapons are pretty much destroyed. Gotta love it. Having so much fun. No, I'm really enjoying this. It's just, yeah. I had to do this all myself. I mean, I did have these guys shooting eventually, but the thing is, come on. Like, you guys could have been over here helping a little bit better than you were. I'm the only one that went up the middle. I held the middle. And this is what I mean. My team doesn't, like, look at anything on the map and say, hey, you know, there's some shit going down here. Maybe we should help this guy. Nope. Nope. Nope, that's not how it works. This is how it is on the weekends. World of Tanks weekends. There we go. Maybe I should do a video. World of Tanks weekends. You know, like one of those commercials where they're like, Sunday, 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 there's going to be a monster truck rally. I should do like, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, you're going to have the worst games ever on World of Tanks. It really is. It's really like that, and I bounced them. God damn. I was hoping you'd do better than that, but I didn't. Oh well. Is there a sneaky little tank trying to come up behind us? I think so. There is a fucking tank up here with me. There's a T-25 too. I'm gonna go kill him. If I can catch the little bastard. He might be hard as hell to get. I know, I see him, buddy. I see him. I see him, Jack Panther. I see him. I'm gonna help you out. Unlike some of you guys that didn't do shit for me. But I'm coming. I'm coming to help you out. There we go. There's one good hit. Okay. Gotta get myself turned a little bit. There we go. Wow, first person to knock out my turret. All I gotta do is kind of aim it up a little bit. There we go. Could not aim it up because my turret was gone. Thank God for a turret getting blown up. Yeah, so we've got a messed up gun. We got messed up tracks. We have a messed up turret. The perfect game ever. Let me tell you. Perfect game. We're going to be kicking ass like crazy. Got an IS-3 and a KV-4. Two tanks I really do not want to be looking at the end, but hey, it's not a surprise that these guys are still alive. They're pretty hard tanks to take out, especially if you don't have any real tier 9s or 10s that can contest against those things. I like my KV-4. I do see there's some problems with it, which we will review that on the next tank review, but even with the IS-3, there were some problems with that too. But they are both nasty tanks. They got really decent guns on them, good amount of penetration, and I'm actually kind of worried about coming up here and trying to do something. But it looks like our team's going to cap, and I'm not going to have to deal with getting my ass blown up. So, screw it all, you bastards. Suck my butt. Alrighty guys, so we got, wow, mastery badge. Freaking awesome. Wow, we got a mastery badge. I've got to, yeah, definitely write this one down. Oh, yeah. So I can, you know, rub it in Rush Dodge's face. No, I'm joking. Oh my gosh. Anyway, 65,000 in silver, 3,497 in experience points. We did take out 3 tanks. We did 2,995 damage. 1,499 in assisting, which pretty much we just spotted, and that was it. 13 shots fired, 12 shots actually hit, 10 penetrated. So, not terrible. 3 shots were just shit, really, to be honest with you. Penetrated and damage, that's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's look at some of our other guys, because we did play in a little higher tier than usual. T-2064 did nothing. 939 damage. The Jack Panther, or Jack Panther, whatever you want to call it, he did pretty decently. I think he was the one that was helping me blow up some of those guys that were in the middle. Thank you on that, buddy, if you are watching this video, whoever you are. Alright, Jump did pretty good. AMX, AC, 46, not too bad. KV-2, yeah, they didn't derp anybody, really, it looks like. It looks like they got their asses derped. They almost got killed, pretty much, let's just put it that way. Jack Panther 2, not too bad. So the AT-15, the Hellcat, AMX, some of these guys could have done a lot better. Like, seriously, like, yeah, he could have done a lot better. Their team, of course, KV-4, KV-3, first and second. These are not tanks to be trifled with, to be honest with you. Do not take them lightly. Do not. Look at that. All Russians, all in the top. Even the ISU 152. Not bad at all. So my closing remarks about this tank. It is a fearsome tank. It could be nasty. It could take on a lot of tanks. We saw that in the first battle where I took on a lot. And then also the last battle. I mean, yes, they were lower tier, so I wasn't too worried about it. But, you know, the first battle, I was taking on 2 T-29s, same tier as me, fighting each other off. And I was going to kill them. If they didn't have their support, I was going to kill them. And there's no doubt about that. Held them off pretty nicely. The last battle you guys saw, didn't do too bad against the lower tanks. Even lower tanks, you still can't underestimate them. They can get around you. Those guys just weren't able to get around me. My team was somewhat supporting me and protecting me from them really pushing. But we held our ground, got a mastery badge out of it. These tanks can be nasty. They can be very nasty, but also they can die very easily. You know, we'll see that more with the KV-4 where, you know, we're going to get some more penetration. We're going to do some decent damage. We're going to have some more armor, stuff like that, but there are some weaknesses on that I don't particularly care for. But as you saw in the last battle, the KV-4, the KV-3, the IS-3, the ISU stayed up there right at the end. I mean, they were doing some massive damage. They did really well in the stats, and really these things, you just got to be careful going against them. If you have one, have fun with it. I have a lot of fun with this tank. To be honest with you, I play this a little bit more than I do the KV-4. I really do like this tank a lot. It's a lot of fun. It might be one I'm probably going to keep. Anyway, so the announcements that you guys have been waiting for. First one I'm going to get off the bat is the Rush Dodge and Wizard Ken show. That is a Monday through Friday show. We didn't announce that on any of our episodes because every time we were doing one, we always forgot. We're doing it Monday through Friday just because Saturdays and Sundays we're trying to catch up on a lot of our other recording stuff, which is takes us a while to do that. So yeah, Monday through Friday we'll have our daily show. We'll also have our other content here and there too. But Saturday and Sundays allows us to catch up with a lot of things, you know, like me doing these videos. I'm finishing up a lot of my stuff on Saturdays and Sundays so you guys can get some new videos out there, especially since we're going over the IS4 line. So if you guys have any comments or questions about that, please leave it in those videos, and any subjects you guys want us to talk about. We like it a lot. We think it's a really good series. We want to continue it. It's a lot of fun. A lot of these videos that we do, like this one right here, it's a real stressful one because it takes me a while to get some really decent battles in there. Sometimes I mess up when I'm explaining things. There's a lot of critiquing on this, where on the Rush Dodge and Wizard Ken show, you know, if we fuck up, we fuck up, we put it in there. Because it's funny. It's us being relaxing, as much as possible anyways. We were raging the other day, which I have some videos of that I haven't edited yet, but it was a lot of fun. But I hope you guys enjoy that. We are critiquing it a lot. We are messing with things, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and stuff like that. This is like a rough draft. You guys are getting like the rough draft of what we want to do. We want to expand the show a lot more as we go on, but we have to learn things. We have to see how you guys react to it and stuff like that. So the other thing you guys have been waiting for, and let me make sure I get my notepad out because I really don't want to screw up giving you guys the wrong information on this. The subscriber party. Now, Rush Dodge is about to hit 2,000 subscribers. I've already hit 3,000 subscribers, which I'm ecstatic about. My wife was texting me up and down saying congratulations and blah blah blah, and I just can't thank you guys enough for what you guys have done. So we've picked a date that we're going to be doing the subscriber party. Unfortunately, we can't do it on a weekend because both of us are pretty full on doing a lot of this recording stuff, and also this is our time to spend with family and everything, because during the week we're pretty free to do whatever. So on Wednesday, that's February 25th, I know a lot of you guys that are in school are like, oh no, we can't make it. Don't worry. We're trying to set this up so that you guys can actually make it. Okay, it's on February 25th. I'm going to be starting at 1 p.m. General Mountain Time or Mountain Time. Just look up USA Mountain Time and it'll tell you what time zone I live in, or at least calculate for if you live on the East Coast, West Coast, or in Europe. I believe anybody that like lives over there in the UK is pretty much 7 hours ahead of me. All right, so we're going to be starting this at 1 p.m. Mountain Time in America. Okay. I'll try to help you guys out right now. Like I said, in the UK, that's about 7 hours in front of me. So if we start at 1, that should be, what, 8 o'clock your guys' time or 7 o'clock your guys' time, something like that. On the East Coast of the United States, you guys are 2 hours ahead of me. All right? So that would be like Maryland and Virginia, stuff like that. Florida, that's East Coast. That's Eastern Standard Time. You guys are 2 hours ahead of me. So that means it will start at 3 o'clock for you guys. All right, we're also going to be, let's see, Central is 1 hour ahead of me. West Coast is, what is West Coast? West Coast is 2 hours behind me. So that would be 1 p.m. my time and, what is that, 11 o'clock on the West Coast. And then Alaska and all those things are like, I think 3 hours, something like that. Anyways, we're doing this on February 25th. Hopefully you guys can make it. We are starting a little later in the evening so that you guys can join us. Now, the way this is going to work is we were going to try to do where me and Rush do separate platoons and you guys go against each other, but we tried that as a trial the other day. It's not going to work. So really all we can do is me and Rush Dog are going to be in a platoon. And we're going to do kind of like I did on the live stream last time. You guys are going to send us messages over Xbox Live 30 minutes before we start. All right, we're going to do different tiers all the way up. At 1 p.m. we're going to be doing tier 6, at 2 p.m. tier 7, at 3 p.m. tier 8, and so on and so off until we get to tier 10. All right, so a lot of you guys that want to play the tier 10 will be able to make it and stuff like that later on in the evening. What am I trying to say? I can't remember. My mind is going blank on me. Anyway, so that's how we're structuring it, guys. Just send me or Rush Dodge a message the day of the subscriber party and 30 minutes before the tier you want to play. Okay, so please make sure you understand that. Don't send me emails or messages now or say, oh, I want to sign up like 3 days before. No. Wednesday is the only day you can actually send them messages about being in the subscriber party. So anyways, that all being said and done, me and Rush Dodge will be picking randomly people that are sending us messages throughout the time that we're playing. We will be live streaming this once again, so if you guys can't make it into the game, you know, into the platoon with us, we will be doing a live stream so you guys can play with us. And yes, we are doing a countdown this time, so you guys will be able to hit the, you know, go button or the battle button the same time we do, so that you guys can get in the same battle as us. So you might not be able to play with us, but you will be able to battle against us, which is just as fun. I know Rambo loves doing that. If you guys have seen some of his comments that he leaves, he's a pretty awesome guy. He's always there for the live streams. And excuse me, Jesus Christ, I'm dying from hiccups now. And he gets on there all the time. Call of Wolf, there's iLucky, there's whole bunch of different guys that get on there and play. LT Magic gets on there all the time, and they just love going against me or going against whoever I'm playing with. So it's a lot of fun. Hope you guys can make it. That's February 25th. That's 1 p.m. Mountain Time in America. Please look that up to be able to estimate. I did, you know, try to help you guys out a little bit so you guys can estimate the times. We will be live streaming it from twitch.com/EMKnights. So the link is in the description, so you just click on it. You can hit subscribe. That's the best way to know when we're starting, guys. Is just to subscribe to the Twitch channel, and it'll send you a notice in your email saying, hey, we just went live or something like that. Also subscribe to the Twitter it'll come across Twitter also, so it'll give you notifications when all this stuff is starting. Hopefully you guys can make it. Anyways, I'm Wizard Ken. Thank you guys so much. I will be doing the KV-4 next week sometime. I'm still messing with that tank a little bit before I do anything with it. But like I said, Rush Dodge and Wizard Ken Show will be playing Monday through Friday. You guys will have another episode on Monday. I'm Wizard Ken. Until next time, see ya.